Hi guys, welcome back to this week's travel talk. So today I'm going to focus a little bit on what the heck's going on with travel from New York State. I would say about 2/3 of my travelers are coming from the New York State area or in like the immediate vicinity. So the rules keep changing. So we're seeing a lot of different things happening and different announcements being made. Last week, the governor announced that international travel to any country with a level 2 or above COVID ranking or COVID alert would need to quarantine for 14 days upon return. So I know it's really easy for us to get information and to understand what's happening with more domestic travel and what states are and aren't on that travel restriction list. And again, those are still moving targets, but we do know that California has come off the list, which is fantastic. There's some really beautiful areas of California that you can absolutely visit without having to be around a lot of people. Let's remember that there's some gorgeous national parks there. So you can absolutely still have a beautiful socially distanced vacation in California. And don't forget that I also have access to private villas. And when I say private villas, I know people automatically see multiple dollar signs popping up, but they can actually be pretty cost effective for those villas. So, you know, if you want to go somewhere and get a change of scenery, right now is a really nice time in New York State, but you know, the fall is always beautiful, but as we go closer into November, things start to get a little bit more dreary and a little bit more wet. So if you are ready to take a break, California again is open, lots of beautiful places there. If you want that change of pace, Hawaii is open. So Hawaii has partnered with CVS nationally. So you do need to have a negative COVID test before you're able to enter into Hawaii if you want to avoid that 14-day quarantine when you get there. If you are interested in Hawaii for the holidays, definitely reach out. I work with a fantastic vendor called Pleasant Holidays that actually I'm able to book your trip and schedule your COVID test at CVS and all of that, like 1, 2, 3. So again, Hawaii is open to travelers. They've been locked down for a very long time, so this is super exciting that they're open. And then again, you know, if you do still enjoy the cooler weather, and we're going into ski season, don't forget that there are several places in the Northeast that are still open to us right now. So you can still plan a beautiful ski getaway. And again, I always have access to not only hotels and resorts, but also private homes and villas. So if that's something that your family wants to do, if you have your COVID crew that you feel comfortable with, and you guys want to travel together, renting a house or a villa is always a beautiful option to do that. So now let's talk about some international travel. It sounded like we were pretty much having an international travel ban, and that's not true. So the beautiful news is that we still have some amazing destinations that you can travel to from New York State and not have to quarantine for 14 days upon return. And they are rated so favorably for their COVID response that the rates of COVID are super, super, super low. So it should give you guys a sense of comfort to know that you're going to a destination that has, you know, really low COVID rates. You know, I know some people are still nervous about flying. I've flown. I have a few friends that have flown and a few clients that have flown. I can say that the airlines are doing a fantastic job. Remember that the air in your plane cabin is being refreshed every 2 minutes. They have the same filtration systems that they do in hospital operating rooms. So with the combination of the masks, those airlines that are keeping those middle seats open, and that filtration system, flying is actually a pretty low risk of catching COVID from that experience. So again, I understand that everybody's comfort level is different, but if you do want to get away, flying somewhere shouldn't really necessarily be a deciding factor for you. It is very safe. All things considered. So where can we go internationally? Lots of beautiful places in the Caribbean, St. Lucia, oh my goodness, I have a whole list, but lots of the saints, St. Bartholomew, St. Lucia, Dominica, Bonaire. So those are all places that we can go to in the Caribbean right now and not need to quarantine on our return home. The Falkland Islands, the Marshall Islands, the Isle of Man are all places that we can go to. And Fiji is on the list. So if you are really looking for just to get away from everything, and there are some countries in Southeast Asia like Laos and things like that. I don't know what your comfort level is for those, but a lot of very close places in the Caribbean that we can still travel to and not have to do that 14-day quarantine upon return. You know, some of them do have requirements for a negative COVID test. And again, CVS has been a great partner. They're partnering with Hawaii. They're partnering with Delta Airlines. So we do have access to be able to get you the quick turnaround test that you might need. Ooh, excuse me, a little hiccup that you might need before you travel to any of those destinations. So I see a lot of you guys have popped on. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them out onto the comments and I'll try to answer them. And then if you just scroll down a little ways below, you'll see that I put together a list of all of the international destinations right now that are open for travel from New York State. The other thing I will advise is that these are always a moving target. So travel insurance. I will always sing the praises of travel insurance. I never travel without it. Never. We just went to Mexico, had to turn around after a day and come home. Guess what? I got a check for the cost of that flight that I wasn't intending to buy home. So, you know, obviously COVID is a big deal. I mean, it's something that we really still have to be aware of. So we should take precautions of our travel investments for that. Allianz will cover if you get sick with COVID and can't go on your trip. And it will also cover if you get sick with COVID while on your trip. So that's huge because not all of our travel insurance providers are doing that. Traditionally, typically, historically, pandemics are not a covered reason on your travel insurance across the board, and it's been that way forever. Companies like Allianz have made temporary changes to that policy to better serve folks during this time. But it also covers other things. It's really important. You never know what's going to happen. In August, I had to have my gallbladder out. Who knew, right? There's no way I would have been able to go on a trip. I mean, it's not a major surgery. It's an outpatient surgery, but I still had to have a surgery and I wouldn't have been able to make a trip had it been scheduled. That was unexpected. So again, it covers those unexpected things. You suddenly have, something that you need to take care of in your life. It's not just for you, it's for your immediate family members. Injury, illness, death in the family, legal proceedings, things like that you may not be expecting are covered reasons. So it's really important that you get the travel insurance. And it'll also cover things that you might not think of. I've had people trip and fall, break a tooth, end up at, an emergency dentist in the Dominican Republic. It covers all of those things. So I think it's hugely important that you remember that because we do have things that are a moving target right now. Travel is a moving target. We're doing our best. I wish I had a crystal ball. Wouldn't my life be so much easier if I knew what to expect? For sure, 6 months, 1 week from now even. So I do think that there is still a value in travel. I think that you need to decide what your comfort level is. So for our family, we're actually, because our Mexico vacation got cut short, we're heading to Concord, Massachusetts. It's a short drive. It's about 6 hours from where we live. It's a charming little town, and I'm just hoping for lots of relaxation and some, beautiful fall scenery and some yummy food. So that's my comfort level right now. what's going on in my life, what I have time for. But we're all so excited to just go and do something, right? I think that that's one thing that we've all been missing, is that looking forward to that opportunity to go and do something. So whether it's renting a house in Vermont and snuggling by a fire, or taking that trip to a national park in California, or visiting St. Lucia. You know, I think everybody's comfort level is going to be a little bit different, but I think it's so valuable to have something to look forward to. So I would love to hear what you guys think. If you're watching this on a replay, just go ahead and put replay in those comments below. I do see a lot of you guys on there live. So hi Candy, hi Katie, hi Bree. It's so nice to see you guys pop on the videos. So thank you for popping on when you're there and watching along live. And of course, if you guys have any questions, pop them in the comments or reach out to me. So my most updated email address, obviously as you're building a business, you know, things are evolving. So if you guys have my old email address, just write this down. The new email address for the business for me is denise@travelbrilliant.net, which should be really easy because that's the website and that's my name. So you guys can catch me there. I'm trying to sort of migrate everybody to that one email. So denise@travelbrilliant.net. And of course you can always reach me here if you need to. You can put a comment in, you can send me a message. You can send a smoke signal, whatever works for you guys. So I just wanted to pop on and let you guys know that. And if you are not traveling from New York State, of course I'm updated on what all of the different, you know, rules are. And again, I still check those daily when you guys reach out to me, because things can change. So just know that I'm staying as up to date as I can, and that I'm always double checking for you. So I will see you guys real soon. Have a great day.